Can you hear me, Grant?
Uh-huh. I sure can, Tim.
Am I on the Facebook thing or
Let's
no?
ask people on Facebook. Guys, can you hear Tim now? I can hear you just fine, Tim. Everybody says the video looks good. Yes, Tim thinks that him putting headphones on was going to fix the situation. I'm going to let him think it perfectly fixed it. So, guys, his headphones has fixed everything. Oh, there's way too
Well,
many chat going on. Yes, they
somebody
could.
told me to put them on.
That's it's good, Tim. It's good. I'm glad it worked. We're all
But
set.
now, okay, good. So now I got to mute the Facebook thing. Hold on a second. I'm trying to find this. I apologize, guys. As Grant said, I am not the
Oh, it's
most.
all good.
I don't do this stuff at all. So this is all brand new to me.
We got Peter from Sweden joining us. What's up, Peter?
Oh, good to see you, Peter. Yeah, it's been a long time. So people can hear me okay, Grant, right? Because I'm just going to not even try to watch on Facebook because
Yeah,
there's
yeah,
no
Tim, you
sense.
really don't need to watch either stream. I have both chats open, so if we do a Q&A segment, you're just going to kind of have to leave it up to me. You're good just to sit there, look pretty, and talk with everybody.
Look pretty. Okay, no, that's fine. So, yeah, well, I'm so glad. I don't know how many people are there, but anybody who is there, thank you so much for joining us. So, what can we start with, Grant, about what's going on at Meepleville, or how this has all affected us?
Pretty much as everybody knows, Meepleville has closed down under the current environment, which we are all kind of unhappy about. But I'm sure everybody else is kind of dealing with the same thing in
Just
their own
two, yeah, yeah,
personal lives.
yeah, that is true. I mean, everybody's been affected by this, and it's one of those kind of things that will adapt. So we'll get through this all together. But again, we just have to make sure that we try to follow the recommendations of the city, the local government, the federal government, everything like that, to hopefully, get this over with as soon as possible, right?
Oh, absolutely. Um, and again, just like everybody else, we kind of don't know what the situation is going to be like a week from now, a month from now, 6 months from now. And so we're all just kind of waiting to see, doing the best that we can, and trying to help everybody out to make sure that everybody stays as safe as possible. So that's kind of the immediate decision that we had to make.
Yeah, absolutely. So once the mandate came down, especially from the governor, we had to go ahead and close our doors. And to be perfectly honest with everybody, just to give everybody an update, we decided to go, just full board and close the business and to limit our contact with customers in any way that we could. I mean, people had asked to do games and deliveries or things like that, but I just thought it would be best to try to not get out, get off the roads for emergency vehicles or whatever, or just try to limit the contact with people and just do everything we can to hunker down and shelter in place, as they say.
Absolutely. Again, as long as we're not contributing to it being any worse, we'll all get through this eventually, kind of thing. Yeah, like Steve says, it's probably going to get worse before it gets better, and we're just going to do our part, make sure that we don't make anything worse for our community, but try to do things like this where we can still all get together, talk, and at least enjoy the company, the friends that we've made, all that type of good stuff.
Absolutely. And the thing about it is, it's probably good, because I'm sure all of us gamers have games that are in shrink on our shelves that we have not played yet. I'm sure everybody who's on this feed right now, on this stream, has at least one. So now's the time to take that game, actually open it up, and play it.
What Tim is failing to mention that there are probably promo games from his past two Dice Towers that people have yet to want to open.
Yeah, that is absolutely true.
I'll get to
Let's
Space Sheep.
see.
I'll open Space Sheep tonight, Tim. Just for you.
Okay, let me see. How many people you think listening have a copy of what was it called?
Titanium
Pan's,
Wars?
yes, Titanium Wars. But what's the other one with the ghosts and the little things you have to flip? Phantom Society. Remember that one too?
Which one?
And Phantom Society.
Oh, Phantom Society.
Yeah, and Panzer Blitz, I think, right? Everybody has one of those. Or is that the name of it? That military game we gave away too.
I don't remember. Yeah, or Panzer
Yeah,
General. I saw that Billy had one in the back office for a while.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yep.
So
Mary
no,
currently has Space Sheep and hasn't opened either of them.
uh, yeah, there are a lot of games people can play, and the thing about it is you might find some hidden gems. Actually, there might be some really, really good ones that you might have discovered that are probably really good games that you should be playing.
As Tim Maloof just mentioned, he has already sold all of the games, which is also fair to do as well.
Absolutely, yes, of course. And maybe he bought some, but so he probably sold those games and bought other ones, and some of the ones he bought are probably still in shrink wrap, right? So he
Yeah,
probably still hasn't
everybody's
played
gonna have
those
at least
either.
one or two. Everybody has to have at least one or two.
Yes, so use that time now to go
And
ahead and explore those.
and yes, Mia, I know who you are. If I say Mia, other people won't know who I'm talking to, so that's why I use Mary. Sorry, Tim. I'm gonna keep randomly talking with people in chat because that's way more fun at the moment.
Okay.
So if I ever just go off course, it's because I'm talking with people.
No, absolutely. So that's really good. Oh, we should probably say if anybody's watching too, we should let them know about the memberships, right? How we're going to put that on hold.
There we go. Yeah, that's something we talked about. So everybody's membership is on hold. They will not get recharged again until at least May 1st. And again, even then, we will keep delaying stuff for the unseen future. We're not going to charge anybody any kind of money again until we are back under something that we know people are going to get a value for that money, whether it's coming back into Meepleville, coming in for something else, etc., type of thing. So yeah, nobody's going to get charged. You guys don't have to worry about that. Definitely already taken care of on our side, so don't feel any concern on that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so we just want everybody to know, and everybody should know that they all have their own individual account within Square with your card. So you're welcome to unlink, undo your card. We have no contract. You're not obligated to anything, so you're welcome to do that on your own as well. But yeah, just rest assured that come April 1st, nobody will be charged anything at all.
A couple of people are mentioning, Tim, like asking how they can help us while we are closed. I don't feel the need, like, while we appreciate the thought of, again, like we could have tried to sell games. I just don't think it's an avenue that we can go down. I think the thing we would appreciate the most is this type of interaction currently. We would just appreciate you guys coming to these live streams, following our videos, staying up to date on Facebook. That type of social interaction is the best way to help us out both now and in the future.
No, absolutely. And it's so nice. I mean, thank you to everybody who's asking. And, quite a few people have asked me personally, whether it's through text, email, or whatever. And as you're doing now on the chat, thank you so much. It's really very nice of everybody to want to help and all that. Because, yeah, it is not a good situation for anybody at this time. But, yeah, as Grant said, this is how you can help us. Just be engaged with us. Just let's help other people, because there are probably a lot of people, a lot of your friends, a lot of Meepleville members, customers, regulars, whatever you want to say, people who've come to Meepleville, who could use a friend to play with online. Could use somebody to just talk to, share some time with. So that's how you could really help us, is help us help others at this moment with the community, with gaming. We're going to be going over that later in the show. I think, Grant, I caught a little bit. You had informed people about how what we're going to be doing today.
Sorry, distracted by my roommate. Inform people, yes, how people can interact with each other online. While you were gone from Skype, I kind of went over our whole game plan for the stream. So I kind of talked about all the different little segments we were going to go over.
Okay. Yeah, but that's how people can really help, is just stay engaged with Meepleville, stay engaged with other customers, other regulars, and we're going to give you ideas about how to play online and all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, let's just keep that going.
All right. At this point, Tim, let's just keep moving right along. Let's go to our Q&A section of the stream. I'm going to move us over to there real quick.
Okay.
There we go. Fancy little graphic happened. Everybody should now know that we're in the Q&A segment of the stream. I'm going to kind of try to watch these chats. Chat is going really quick, guys, so if I missed anything, sorry. But let's see. Does anybody have any kind of questions for us?
I'll have to take that off. Sorry, can you still hear me? Did I mess that
Yeah.
up? I don't know how to watch a show, so
I have it up too, and it's super laggy on my end. A lot of people are kind of mentioning some lag. I have no idea, Tim. Like, there's people chatting. I couldn't tell you if they're hearing anything we're saying at this moment.
okay, that's all right. I can't chew gum and do the internet at the same time, so
So we're giving this a
yeah,
shot.
we're just gonna have to
Yeah, we'll find out afterwards if this did anything.
yeah.
Randall would like to know when it's hazmat suit night, and that's a fair question. Randall, if you can get every single person in your game group a hazmat suit, I will personally come open Meepleville just for you guys.
Hey! But like your teacher told you when you're in first grade, if you're gonna bring something for one or yourself or something, you gotta bring something for the whole class. So he's got to bring suits for everybody.
All right. So here's a legitimate question from Steve Bishop, a good friend up in Indiana. Steve would like to know, what was your favorite game from Gamma or Dice Tower West? Do you happen to have one of those, Tim, from either of those?
Wow. I was kind of busy at both.
Fair.
I did. Randy showed me Deluvia Project, which was very good. He had been trying to get me to play that for a while, and finally got the time at Dice Tower West to play that. I enjoyed that quite a bit. So that was really good. I'm trying to think. And we played quite a few games at Gamma. I really don't remember a whole lot of them. It's kind of a whirlwind up there.
Yeah, we ran through so many. The one that I just stayed playing after the fact that I did really enjoy at Dice Tower was that Oceans, which is the follow-up to Evolution by North Star Games. So since we've gotten back from Gamma, I've dug into that game 3 or 4 times with my roommates. And yeah, thoroughly enjoy that one. We're already kind of breaking the game, having to pull cards out and do a little bit of stuff just because we're those type of gamers. But
What do you mean by those type of gamers? How are you breaking the game?
like cards that just like clearly the interactions are either not meant to happen, or once somebody has like a certain combination, because there's a big deck of random cards in this one, and each one kind of has like a game breaking power. So think almost like a Munchkin-esque type card game built into an actual strategy game. That there's some combos that just are unfun, don't work, stuff like that mixed in with a really good strategy game. And so we're finding a couple of those, and even in the rule book itself, it talks about like customize this game to make it fun for your game group. So we've pulled out the handful of cards that just don't work for us because they just weren't that fun. And yeah, Steve, I definitely think it's better than Evolution. Evolution was fine. I much prefer Oceans. It's a pretty different game. Next question. This is probably more geared towards you, Tim. Aside from Dice Tower West, what is your favorite gaming convention / event? Because you go to way more of these than I do.
Oh, well, I mean, that's an easy question, but it's also an unfortunate
Yeah,
question.
I know exactly what you're going to say.
Yeah. Yeah. So, no, my absolute favorite thing to do is an event called The Gathering up in Niagara Falls, New York. It's a convention that Alan Moon, the designer of Ticket to Ride, puts on. And, yeah, unfortunately, it was supposed to start April 10th. It's a 10-day convention, and it's just fantastic because a lot of the people I know in the industry are there. And, the thing about it is a lot of events, conventions and stuff, I know so many people, but as you walk by, it's just, hey, hi, how you doing? Hi, good to see you, blah, blah. And you just have quick little interactions. But at the Gathering, you can actually just sit for hours and just talk to people, play games, go out and have coffee, go eat some hot wings because, it's right near Buffalo, New York, where hot wings are. And it's just a great time. So that is one of the ones I really, really enjoy. That is by far my favorite one. Of course, Dice Tower West, but I'm still kind of working that one. But BGG Con, I really enjoy because, they got, it's because it's good just to go and play games, just to grind and play games.
I'm sure. Keith asked what your thoughts of the new King of Tokyo Dark Edition are. Did you get a chance to play that at all, Tim? Did you see it up there at Gamma?
I saw, I did. I saw it up at Gamma, and I had the chance, of course, to preview it, see some of the photos and some of the things before, and see a little bit of the gameplay. I don't know a whole lot about it, to be perfectly honest with you. So I really can't answer that question fully. How about you, Grant? Did you have a
Yeah,
chance to
so
try it?
I played it twice while I was up at Gamma. Um, Definitely it's the best looking version of King of Tokyo. Like obviously everybody's kind of done with King of Tokyo for the most part. It's a pretty simple game. If you like that press your luck style, it's still a really good game to play. It did add in one new mechanic track to kind of incentivize rolling lower numbers on the dice, which was kind of cool. And so just some
Right.
different gameplay options. So for sure, if you were already a fan, it's going to be a really good version. If you didn't have the game, that's going to be a great one to pick up. And I don't know if you know this for sure, Tim. I think it's going to be a limited printing, that when this comes out, that's it. There's only one run of this, and they're never going to do it again. So this,
Absolutely.
yeah, that's what I thought. So if it's something that you're interested in at all, if you see it somewhere, you're going to want to pick it up if that's your type of thing.
It is, and at the end of the day, as you did mention, Grant, it is a limited edition. So it would be great just to have the game, to own it, because it will be, down the road, down years down the line, a collector's item, because not too many people have that game. So even just for that purpose, everybody should grab a copy.
Just to keep going with some random questions, Emily asked if there was games that we could play on Facebook Live or Zoom. That trivia games worked well. Yeah, absolutely, Emily. We've done things where, like, I've seen other streamers do things like Wits and Wagers works really well. We've done large group Welcome to at Dice Tower. There's a ton of stuff like that we could do on here. And that's something that if people in the community would like to see us personally host and do more of, we would love to be able to do that type of stuff. And we're going to talk about some other online games that we can do online here in a little bit as well. So hopefully we'll give you some other ideas of some things that we can all do together, kind of at home, but still playing our board games.
Yeah, but to piggyback off of that, Grant, we do still have the trivia thing, and we still do have that as an option. So I think it'd be fantastic. And again, folks, just so you know, we're still, and I shouldn't say we. It's Grant trying to figure all this out, because I know nothing. But I do know a little bit about Zoom, at least how the program works, and it would be fantastic to have trivia through Zoom. So that would be a great thing we could do. That's a great idea.
Yep. Does anybody else have any other questions? Or we could kind of move on to some of our other... Talk about some other online games that we can go through. Let me give everybody just another little bit. I think I might have missed some questions earlier. I redid my window. Let me scroll back up a little bit. King of Tokyo. Is this better? That.
And maybe it'd be nice, people, because we have our emails up there, right? Tim@meepleville.com or Grant@meepleville.com. Go ahead and send us what you have found out how to do online to interact with other people. Let us know so we can go ahead and share that with everybody. Because again, you guys asked how you could help. That's how you can help. Give us the resources. Let us know the data, because we can send it out to, our email list, people who like us on Facebook through these kind of forums. We can just share that information with other people out in the community. And you know what? While we're thinking about that, Grant, or looking for more questions, we do have, so I've taken a lot of pictures over the years, as you can see. And so people, if you know, this is moving into our 5th year with Meepleville. We are very, very, very happy to be at this point. It's taken a lot of hard work. A lot of good people have really helped us along the way, whether it's customers, members, staff. Everybody has been so helpful in order for us to continue. So what I did is I got some pictures from a tabletop day. Actually, it was our very first one when they were still doing the International Tabletop Day in with who was that called again, Grant? With Will
Geek and Sundry.
Correct. Yes, Geek and Sundry, when they were still doing the International Tabletop Day. Oh, it's so sad that whatever happened between Will Wheaton and them did not work out, because that was so fantastic for the new gamers, right? It brought so many people into the community because, Will Wheaton's like the king of the nerds, right? I mean, a lot of people know him from his movie and television appearances, and it was great to have like a spokesperson like that, that people were familiar with, and, to teach people so many games. So yeah, why don't we go ahead and show them this little video of the for our very first International Tabletop Day.
Absolutely. All right. We'll be back in just a little bit, guys. And we're back, everybody.
All right. Well, I hope some of you were able to see some of the pictures, because as you see, there are people who that would have been April of 2016. So there are a lot of familiar faces there, and a lot of you are still coming through to Meepleville.
Really quick, so I'm good to move on to the next section where we're going to kind of talk about some of these other online things. I can't see chat at the moment, everybody, both Tim and people in chat. So if you guys are asking me questions, stuff like that, while I kind of run through these next couple of things, I'm not going to see it for a little bit because I do just have the stream showing my desktop currently, so I don't want to be switching back and forth between windows. So somebody else earlier in the chat had already mentioned Tabletop Simulator.
Yep.
I know, Tim, you haven't had a chance to use this. This is a little bit more on the video game side of thing. But if you, on your PCs, if you guys want to go to Steam, kind of right off the bat, the first thing you'll notice, the cost of this is $20. And then on top of this there are basically DLC packages where you can buy different games. But as you can see in these videos up here, once people makes a mod or a custom game version of something, it looks amazing. Like right here, you can't see this, Tim, but I'm clicking on the Wingspan mod just got announced. The game board for Wingspan looks amazing in this. And
well, let me ask you something real quick, Grant.
Yeah.
Right at the beginning, you did mention PC. Is this available to people who use Macs?
I don't know. That is a good question. I'm pretty sure Steam has to be on Macs. I am just so not a Mac user that I could not answer that question because I know there is some software that works on some things and not on others. I'm sure somebody in chat can quickly answer that, and I'm just not seeing the answer. And my guess would be yes, but I don't actually know.
Okay, yeah, because I'm the other way
you know what?
around.
I see it. I literally see it right here. Yes, 100%. It is on Macs. I see it.
Good.
We did it, guys.
Okay, good.
But yeah, like this would be another $8 cost on top of owning Tabletop Simulator, and this doesn't play the game for you guys. So what Tabletop Simulator is it sets all this up for you, but you still kind of have to like take your mouse and click and move and interact with all the pieces yourself. This is not a video game. If you want to roll the dice, you have to click on the dice and physically roll the dice with the mouse kind of thing. So don't think of Tabletop Simulator as like a direct video game version of these board games, because it's definitely not. But it's just a way for you and anybody you know that has Tabletop Simulator to connect to some of your favorite games and get them being played on your computers or wherever you have a laptop at to play these games online.
But let me ask you again something real quick, Grant. So you mentioned there is a cost to actually join Steam or Tabletop Simulator?
Tabletop Simulator by itself is $20. And this does go on sale every once in a while. So just...
And is that a year fee, month?
Nope.
Like, what is...
No, that's like buying a video game. You buy the product. You've bought it, you own it, that's it. There's no ever cost again.
Okay, so now also you did mention with Wingspan, you said it was $8. So is that for every single game you're going to buy from then on? You're going to have to buy that game as well?
Yes and no. It depends on the game. There are a bunch of free games already on there, and different people will make different, they kind of call them like mods through the Steam Workshop that will incorporate different games into there. There are some free ones, and then there's some paid ones. It has a massive library. It's been a while since I looked back through there. Some of them are better than others. Basically, the more well-known the game and the better the mod version of it is, the more it's going to have an actual cost to it. And like how that Wingspan one was super well done, that had like an $8 cost. That's probably on the high end for games that you would have to buy separately on there.
Okay, and then buy it, you have that kind of in perpetuity, basically?
Yep,
so you can always go back to play it?
Correct.
Now, so now that I've paid my $20 for Steam or Tabletop Simulator, I paid my $8 for Wingspan. Now I can let my friends play it for free with me?
I believe so. I think everybody still needs to own Tabletop Simulator to launch the program, and then it might be on a game-by-game basis if everybody needs to own the mod or just the one person. It might be the case where just one person does. It might depend on the game. I wish Billy was here because I know Billy has actually played with it. I haven't had a chance to actually play myself, so I'm, again, not sure. Somebody in chat may have already answered that question for us, if it's just a one person or not, because I'm not entirely sure.
Okay, now what about... so are there perhaps programs, I know you had a couple of them to bring up and talk about today, that maybe people don't have to pay for?
I don't remember there is a complete free one that has some like really like more basic games in there, because the next one I was going to talk about was the Tabletopia that you mentioned, which is what I now brought up. Again, Tabletopia is kind of the same way. Even on Tabletopia, they show games that are available on Steam as well. So like if I look up Wingspan, it's going to show that it has it as a Steam DLC through Tabletop Simulator. Like Tabletop Simulator is used through a lot of these other websites as a way to play, but this is just going to give you a better catalog, and I don't think all of these are done through Tabletop Simulator. But again, Tabletopia is going to be that same mixture of paid games and unpaid games.
Okay, and I remember, like, again, this is a long time ago when I first got on the internet. They had, it was, I think it was called MSN, like Game Center or something. There was like a free big thing. But there's got to be other things, and again, people out there, please, this is the kind of stuff to share with us. Please send us emails so we can post this stuff. We can put links. We're going to try to update the site. Oh, that's. Can I interrupt real quick, Grant? Mm-hmm. Just to throw that in there to talk about while we're talking about this stuff. I think we didn't talk about maybe trying to update the site, right? That is in our plans for the future. So we can make it more community-based, more user-friendly. So this would be a great thing where we could get resources from people. We can put up a whole list of links, a whole page that would have places for people to go to play online.
Absolutely. Like that was part of our, we didn't super hammer out the details of what we're going to do with our website, but that's something we would have liked to do, is give you guys more of a central place to all these things exist online. And I'm sure people are filling up the comments with different ideas, different things that you can use. We're going to try to catalog all those in one place and then give you guys a way to find other people in those places. Things like our Discord. So that's going to be another part of this. I just brought up, this is our personal Meepleville Discord now. the link to this Discord will get brought up later. But if anybody wants to join this Discord, all these people I believe are our werewolf community, are the people that are currently in here.
And Grant, do me a favor, just go ahead and explain a little bit more about Discord. Like, what exactly is it?
Absolutely. So Discord is a voice chat program. It does have some video integration now, but that's kind of on the newer side, and not a lot of people use it for that. But Discord itself, you will join the Discord server. There will be a link later on here in the stream. And as you can see up here, there's a Meepleville server that I've joined. Under the Meepleville server, there's both text channels, where you can see I was talking with our stream stuff earlier here, and then I just have like an information text channel. Anybody can just kind of post information in this information channel. And then down here, there are also voice channels. So anybody could join and jump into these different voice channels, and then you're immediately talking to the people that you see on there. So if you guys all joined the werewolf chat channel and started talking, you would immediately be conversing with other people that have this link, know what Meepleville is, and we can set up different channels for, hey, I'm looking for a game, or I'm looking for this game, so people can kind of get together and use this as a way to both talk online while you're playing some of these online games, because even if you're playing Tabletopia or you're playing on Steam, they don't have voice connection. Like, you're still going to want to be talking to who you're playing with, and most people are going to default to wanting to use Steam as one of the easiest, best voice chats. Like, where we're on Skype right now, the only reason we're using Skype is so that I could just get a really good video of you. If I just had your audio coming in, Tim, I 100% just would have had you use Discord, because it takes very little resources of your computer. It doesn't tax your internet any, stuff like that. It's just a very good program to use for the voice chatting side of it.
Oh, I see. Oh, okay, very good. Now, but once people are in Discord, and let me just, again, ask you a question real quick. I apologize, people. I can't see my video.
This isn't a live stream, guys. This is me teaching Tim how to use the internet, by the way.
Yeah, it is.
If anybody was curious.
So can you still see my video?
Yeah, I can still see it.
Okay, because I can't see it on my laptop. I've lost it. I don't know where it is. But anyway, that's fine, as long as you can still see me. So, again, getting back to Discord, maybe I'm the only one. I probably am. I could be the only one who doesn't know about this stuff, but I'm just trying to maybe help other people out there who are watching who may not know as much as I do. So is that it? Is it basically just a chat place?
100%. Very, very widely used. It's one of those things, like, the reason it's so popular is because it's just used by everybody. Okay. Anybody that's doing an online video game, if it doesn't have a built-in voice chat, they're using Discord. If it does have a built-in voice chat, it's probably not as good, and they're going to use Discord anyway. And then again, there are uses for like information channels where you can also just post text and stuff like that. So I could ask a question in Discord, and somebody could come in 2 days later and still see my question and respond to me and answer. So there is places to put that type of information as well. So it's not just voice, that's its main thing, but we can use it as kind of a hub to put information, have people looking for different games, stuff like that. And again, depending on what the community wants, we can try to do more with it.
Oh, fantastic. Yeah, and the good thing about that is too, Grant, because you did say it is a Meepleville Discord channel or group, whatever you called it, is that I would dare say the vast majority of people who join it actually physically know each other too, right?
Have at least been in Meepleville at some point in time, for sure.
Right.
I'm sure there's plenty of people that don't know most of the people that come in, just because people over the years have been there at different points in time, different point in their lives, sort of thing. But I think currently, if anybody joins that, you're going to know that that person has physically been in our store and knows what we're about and why that Discord exists and the people in there. So just as if you were at Meepleville, I would say you would be perfectly fine joining any kind of channel and being like, hey guys, what's up? And just talking to anybody on there, and they're going to be just as friendly as if they were in our store type of thing. There's not going to be these random people on the internet. Obviously, the link to this can get out, and if it gets more popular and people start sharing with their friends, there will be more and more people in there. But for the most part, it's going to be the same kind of friendly hangout place for people to chat, talk with, do some things with. I know the werewolf community was trying to use that to talk outside of when they were there for our werewolf nights, things like that.
Oh, very good, very good. Now, I don't know if you're ready to move on, but have you talked about the Roll20 at all?
That's the next one up, Tim.
Okay.
So Roll20, which is what's on my screen right now. I'm not sure how many people in chat actively participated in our D&D Adventures League, but D&D in general is just having a massive resurgence in popularity. D&D 5th edition is just killing it right now. It's amazing. It's just a super fun system. And our Adventures League nights were going really well, which me and Tim have talked about. There's a bunch of people that, we're a pretty antisocial crowd for people that like to play board games with other people. So many people that like to do role playing find it hard to get together, to come out. And so the people that we had coming to Meepleville, it kind of sucks that we had to close down and those people lost access to possibly one of their only kind of like actual social interactions that they had from week to week. So Roll20, what this is again another online tool similar to Tabletop Simulator, but this one is geared entirely towards playing D&D style, D20 style role-playing games. So our main DM, Lorraine, I don't know how many of you guys in chat know who Lorraine is, but she's been helping us out with D&D for quite a number of months now. She knows this program pretty well, and that's going to be another part of our website, is that we would hope to use our website as, again, a gathering point to try to still be able to run our D&D Adventures night, but just through Roll20. So we would have our main DM kind of set up all the maps, all the encounters on the backside, and then she's going to try to provide that information to the DMs that are still willing to want to run it. And again, we would set up times, people would join Roll20, people would join Discord, and you're going to get to play D&D, hanging out, looking at people as if you were sitting at a table around with people like normal.
Yeah, that's fantastic. That's really good. And for those of you who have been in either on a Tuesday or a Thursday in the past several months, as Grant has mentioned, and met Lorraine, she's absolutely fantastic. She's a wonderful person. She's helped us a lot, and she's helped a lot of the community. The beginner D&D sessions that she was running on Tuesday were extremely popular, and we had so many people who wanted to come out and learn D&D for the first time do it. But we also had quite a few people who were in their 40s, 50s, 60s coming in to be refreshed with D&D, who hadn't played in like 20 or 30 years. So it's nice to see that now you're getting maybe 1, 2, or even 3 generations together playing Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh, absolutely. Again, that's always been what D&D is about, is getting such a different group of people together to enjoy a game that everybody can play and enjoy.
That is true, but when you're saying what it's all about, see, because I'm a little bit older, as you guys know, and in the 80s, what was it called? I forgot the term they called D&D.
Satanic Panic.
Satanic Panic. There you go. Yeah.
I know exactly what you're talking about. Oh, yeah. It's a good old...
Yeah, exactly. It was one of those kind of things that everybody thought that if you were playing D&D, you were going to go home and kill your parents, right? I mean, it was just it had such a stigma, like, because again, people didn't know about it. It just had this whole evil conjuring thing or whatever about it. It was crazy. But it's just so fantastic now that it's crossed over into even the school systems. There are schools who are doing D&D sessions because, again, it lets our creative juices flow, right? It encourages kids to use their imagination and to think outside the box and to plan and to be cooperative, right? To help each other do things. And it's such a wonderful medium. And again, games in general, all games are wonderful anyway, but yeah, it's such a good thing. So hopefully this is a really cool thing that we can get together and maybe eventually have several groups and keep them going with this Roll20.
Yep, absolutely. Okay, those were kind of the big ones to talk about. We can move on with the next part of what we were going to do here. So the next thing we have up, Tim, is the shout out from Jen and Steve. We good to roll into that?
Sounds great.
So I believe Jen and Steve Bishop, they're still in our chat. Jen and Steve, feel free to say hi to everybody. We are going to play a quick video message from those guys to you, and then we're going to start talking about some Dice Tower West stuff. So we'll talk to you guys in just a little bit.
Hey, Meepleville family!
Hey! Hi, I'm Steve.
And I'm Jen.
From Indianapolis.
And we are part of the extended Meepleville family.
Yeah.
We lived in Vegas briefly in 2017 when Steve was on a travel nursing assignment, and we stumbled upon the store.
That's right. We were walking through a Barnes & Noble one day and walked by somebody who was talking about board games, and we overheard them say, one day, we should go to Meepleville. which immediately led me to get on my phone and Google Meepleville and figure out what that was all about. And we drove right over there, walked in, and that's when we met Adam, and talked to Adam and geeked out with Adam for a while, and then decided that we just had to come back. So we ended up coming back the next night for their meetup group and played board games pretty much all night long. Met Timm later that night in a game of Captain Sonar. And since then, we've just been huge fans of Timm and Meepleville, and we go back at least as often as we can. It's decreased this last year, but we just love Meepleville so much and Timm so much.
Yes, we definitely love Timm. We made a ton of great friends while we were living in Vegas, and we've been lucky enough to see a lot of those friends come Gen Con season. Also, when we have come back to MeepleCon, now Dice Tower West, and we are still looking forward to more of our friends coming out to Indy.
Yes, come see us, friends.
Come see us for Gen Con. Joe. So we just want to take this time to thank Timm for asking us to be a part of this, and we're just really thankful to have Meepleville in our lives, and we love you guys.
Yeah.
Thank you.
We love you guys so much. Bye. Thanks.
All right. Thanks, Jen and Steve. We really appreciate the video and the continued support years after you guys have been here. That's just fantastic.
Oh, no, I was just going to say, those people who know Jen and Steve know that they're both really beautiful, fantastic people. We had such a big group, too, right? When they were here, like Joe and who else was part? There was a lot of people, right? There was like this big group community. And because Steve is actually a traveling nurse. He's becoming a doctor nurse, actually. He's a nurse practitioner going to school for doing that. And they've also helped when I was working with Yellow at conventions and stuff. They were Steve would help put together the local team at Gen Con for the Indianapolis crew there. But they're really, really nice people. And every time they're back in town, they come back and say hi. And it's great to always see them.
Yeah, absolutely. They mentioned it earlier that they didn't make it out to Dice Tower West this year, so I think Dice Tower West last year was the last time I saw them. If Gen Con still happens this year, I know they're really close up by Gen Con, so I would kind of like to go up there myself, and hopefully I'd get a chance to see them then. But it's just people like that, part of our community. Like, those are the type of people that have made our place of business, place of work so much fun. It's not work for me to go in and get to hang out with people like that and entertain people and just make people enjoy their time. So I love having people like that come into our place.
Oh no, absolutely. And it's just so great that, gamers in general are just, we're all we have this communal geekiness, nerdiness, maybe on the fringe of society in this, if that's even a term, but that we're just all the same type of people. And it's just good to have good people together. All enjoying this hobby. And like you mentioned, they didn't come to Dice Tower West this year, but speaking about Dice Tower West, we just had that, what was it now, 3 weeks ago that it just ended?
It seems like a really long time ago, but it was
does,
not.
yeah. No, it wasn't. And it was really, really good this year. And I'm sure quite a lot of people here on the chat who are with us were at Dice Tower West. Thank you so much for coming. This was our 6th year as an event. Of course, the first 4 years are MeepleCon. These last 2 years were Dice Tower West. And it's only going to get bigger and better in the future. But it was really, really fantastic. We have a little video to go ahead and show you, so maybe we should just go ahead and show that to them now, Grant, and then we can talk about it a little bit later.
Sure. Same thing, guys. I'm going to cut our audio really quick, and I'll turn it back on after this video is over.
yeah, so people can ask us questions about Dice Tower West, anything they'd like to know about what the plans are, what we did different, what they liked about it, comment, criticisms, anything you'd like to say about it would help. But some of the things I know that we did a lot different this year, first of all, is bringing the Dice Tower library all the way across the country. And I do have to say so myself, that library was pretty impressive, wasn't it?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah. Tom did such a fantastic job putting that together.
Yeah, not to say that your MeepleCon library wasn't as good, but yeah, there's just the way they had that set up, the ease of use, just the type of games that I had in there.
Yeah, but like when you say type of games, the thing about it is there were so many good games,
Yeah,
right?
just good games.
Just good games. Like even at Meepleville, right? We got 2,400 games, but there's probably, 1,000 of them that have never been opened or used or played or whatever. I mean, who knows? But there they had, like 1,700 games, and,
They were all good games.
they were all good. And they had all of the latest, greatest, hottest games, too. Of course, Tom, being who he is with the Dice Tower, was able to get them. And so, they were there. And the good thing about it is, which we just added this year, they were able to be played on brand new tabletoppers we got too. So we got 16, I believe it was, of the new aluminum tabletoppers.
Mm-hmm.
So we got to play on those, which is really nice. Oh, and you know what? This is a good time to do about that. Something I forgot about, I should have mentioned earlier, is I worked out a deal with Kevin Berkey, who owns tabletoppers, where we can be a what's the term called, distributor, I guess, of tabletoppers. Maybe not a distributor, but anyway, you can order directly through us at Meepleville if you'd like a whole setup, and there's a certain special package that you get when you order directly through Meepleville. So that's another thing we'll make sure that in the next couple weeks, we can't promise anything too soon, but we'll make sure we get up on the site or have a link or have you have access for you guys if anybody would like to get one of those fantastic tabletoppers with the cup holders, the book holders, the mats, and all that kind of stuff. And hopefully in the near future, we'll be selling the mats as well.
Yeah, that's just another really good company that is part of the industry that we like to work with. They have a really nice product.
Absolutely, absolutely. So that was really good. So we had the hot games being played on the tabletoppers. The library was open 24 hours, which is another new thing we added, which is fantastic.
So just to run over some comments here, Tim. The library was great. Randall really liked that part. Keith was asking if we thought the venue was good overall, which I really like the Westgate. I don't have a problem with that. It definitely was better than your cannery venue from before.
we had to grow.
Yeah, absolutely.
If everybody remembers, what was it? Alexis Park. We did the one-day convention. That was our very first one, and then the cannery, and now the Westgate. And yes, we do like the Westgate overall. Again, it's one of those kind of things where we keep trying to grow, keep better. As you've seen, we've gone from Alexis Park to Eastside Cannery to Westgate. Who knows what the future holds, right? Where we could go, what could happen. But no, I think overall we were very happy, and I like the layout. I like the way we were able to set up. We had the panel room upstairs. We were able to have the flea market in the lower room in a quiet area, and we would have the vendors in the play area. And next year, we already have we had booked our contract last year, so 2 years in advance, and we have more space next year. So we have a lot more space to do stuff. That's fun.
Steve mentions he still has smoker's cough from the Eastside Cannery, which is fair.
yeah, I'm sure you do. Hey, listen, you were here.
That was still super fun.
It is fun. Listen, he was here for a while, right, in Vegas, so he knows what do they call that? The Boulder Strip or something, like that section over there.
Yeah, the Boulder's Highway over there.
Yeah, with Eastside Cannery, Sam's Town, Boulder Casino, whatever. So come on, that's like several steps down. But that's funny. Yeah.
Mia, that ran Werewolf for us there at Dice Tower West, she really liked that the stickers inside of the Dice Tower games all said this game was stolen from the Dice Tower West library. And I think people appreciated seeing those stickers. They understand nobody's going to actually take them. I think there was one game came up missing or something at the end.
No, there were actually, I think it was 4.
Oh, did they have a couple?
Yeah, I think there were 4 total. which isn't bad. And again, I would dare say that they were mistakes. They might got have put in people's stuff or whatever. Who knows what happens? I don't want to believe, and I sure hope they weren't taken on purpose. But yeah, so no, that's kind of nice. They have that, or good that they have that. And but yeah, out of that many games, to just have that small of games missing was very good. Very good. What do we have? We had about 44 vendors, exhibitors in the exhibitor area. So that was really good again this year.
So speaking of vendors, another comment from Greg. He kind of missed the passport system from last year, and I know that we had some issues was the reason that we kind of got away from doing that passport. He liked that it forced you to interact with the different vendors, but I know there was some that some vendors made you stand there for 15, 20 minutes. It was a little too much. So
yeah,
maybe something like a similar type of promotion that's a little bit easier or something next year, maybe.
No, absolutely. That's a really tough thing. Because again, it's on both sides. Like Greg said, he enjoys it, right? You get to go around. But the vendors, some had different criteria. We didn't really stipulate what they were required to do or what the requirement was. So they pretty much had latitude to do that. But we just wanted people to patronize, right? To at least visit all of the vendors and go there. So yeah, I think there is a happy medium we can come to, so to make everybody happy and not either overwhelm the vendors or overwhelm the attendees as well.
Yeah, makes sense. And yeah, he mentioned he probably thought he was in the minority on that one, but just something else that we tried to do there that people did enjoy.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, we can do things differently. We had this year we had the boot camp. I can't think of the war game boot camp. Yeah, so we added them, a great guy, great group, because Dave is really in the war games. That's what he likes. That's how we met actually over playing over Twilight Struggle, which that's not really a war game per se, because I'm not really a war gamer myself. But yeah, so that was really nice. People really enjoyed that. Lorraine, again, she ran the D&D. We did that ourselves, which was fantastic. That went really well. We had a double exposure envoy there again, doing the Nevada State Championships for some random games.
Diamonds, man. It's all about those diamonds. Yeah. Diamonds isn't a terrible game. It was fun.
No, I know, but the Nevada State Championships is kind of funny.
Yeah.
What else we do? So no, we did some really good things. It was fun. I was really, really happy with the outcome. Everybody got to, not everybody, but a lot of people got to play with the celebrities, as you want to call them. Like Tom, Sam, Z. Sorry, not Sam. He's not there anymore. I keep forgetting. Oh, that was so sad. Speaking of that, that was sad, wasn't it?
Sorry. Hold up 1 second, Tim. Your audio's
Sam was
cutting
with
out.
us. Oh, is it? I'm sorry.
Let's let that catch up just 1 second. You started to get a little distorted there. Okay, try going again.
Is it back right now? Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you. Hopefully that's fine on the stream.
Yeah. No, I was just saying it was kind of sad that Sam wasn't with us this year because, Tom, Sam, and Z, the three of them together, were with us for years 2, 3, and 4. So it was so great to have them. And so I really missed them. But as you were standing right next to me, right, when he came up to us at Gamma. So it was so fantastic seeing him. And it was really unfortunate. I couldn't give him a big old hug because we were doing the whole elbow thing, right? The old not touching people and all that kind of stuff. But it was really nice seeing him. And hopefully he can make it to come out next year to be with us. So that would be fantastic. But yeah, it was really good to have all of them with us too. And people got to play with them, interact. We had that special dedicated area to hang out with them and play with them. So that was really good. And every day there was a meet and greet.
Another comment from Rudy, and I know, Rudy, this is being addressed next year, that the flea market space was way too small this year. We 100% know that. I know personally that both the space is going to be larger and we're doing it earlier in the convention next year. Are both of those things correct, Tim?
That is correct. Yeah. No, absolutely, Rudy. That's definitely getting addressed. So just so you know, again, this is how we're growing, and we're listening to the community, listening to attendees, what people want. Because as you've known in the past, we kind of just said, hey, those group of tables back there will be the flea market. You do what you want, you go do it, and whatever. It was kind of totally hands off, and you just guys did whatever. We just set the time, and that was it. We tried to take a little bit more control, be a little bit more organized. So yes, this was a first step. We grossly underestimated the not the actual people selling. We had plenty of tables, but the demand or the response, like for everybody there, and if you weren't there for the flea market, the line went all the way from the lower conference room back past Benihana. So that was a long line, and it was
almost
that
at the
way.
Casino area, yeah.
Correct, and it was that way for a long time.
The whole first hour or something.
Yeah. No, so 100% that will get addressed, and that'll be much smoother. Because to be honest with you, we would like it so there's not a line at all, right? So as soon as the door is open, people can just go into the flea market, and everybody has basically the same opportunity to grab stuff at the same time.
Yeah, obviously that's the whole point, is trying to keep it fair for everybody, so there's no like, well, why did he get to go over there first type of thing. So yeah, hopefully we can do it out in the big main area and let everybody kind of have access roughly at about the same time, do it a little bit earlier in the day.
Right, but again, those are just growing pains, right? Those are just things that we have to do to learn. And again, as I said, we've seen it, we've learned, and we will definitely adapt and change. So that will definitely get addressed.
Cool. Anything else you wanted to talk about with Dice Tower?
Let me see. I'm trying to think. No, and again, everybody, I hope people were happy this year. Gino did a fantastic job with the registration. He got it down. His whole goal was to not have anybody wait more than 3 minutes in line, and I fully believe he accomplished that. I mean, I don't think anybody waited at all.
Yeah, no, it was much smoother this year than last year.
Yeah, the volunteer system was fantastic. Christina did a fantastic job with that. You, of course, did a great job setting up doing all the logistic stuff, getting all that, all of the groups, the panels, everybody who was very happy with what you were doing. Crystal did a fantastic job with social media and everything.
Mm-hmm. Greg was really impressed with the G-Stone app while it was working. So that's another fair comment.
Yeah. So, yeah, so here's the thing about that too is, it's kind of funny because, what was it? 3/4 of the G-Stone people who were supposed to come didn't come because they got stuck in China,
locked in China,
right?
Yep.
They got locked in China because for that whole thing. But they were still giving us support like over the internet, for questions and all that kind of stuff. And they had Dan, who is one of the owners, I believe, one of the founders or whatever of it. So he was there, and I want to say RJ, maybe. I'm sorry, I forgot his name. But the two guys who had the answers were there. They had about almost 700 people sign up for G-Stone at Dice Tower West. So they were very happy with those numbers. And the good thing about it is thank you, community, all the people who did that, because that just helps them try to make the program that much better. All of your questions, all of your feedback, all of your input, you were the kind of the guinea pigs, right? The test subjects for the G-Stone, because this was the very first event outside of China, like in North America, that this was at. So we were very happy to and honored to be the first ones to do that. It was great that they did that. So hopefully, it'll get better, and it'll be more user friendly. So we'll see.
Cool. Okay. Well, if we are done with that, I'm gonna play a short video review of a game that I picked up at Gamma that I've been playing myself. And then after that, we'll kind of jump into some other games that me and Tim have been playing lately and kind of throw it to you guys and see what games you guys have been playing. So we'll be back with you guys in just a little bit. Hi everyone, this is going to be a quick overview of the new game Cross Clues, published by Blue Orange Games. We recently picked up a demo copy from Gamma, and we thought this would be a fun word game to show you guys. This is a fully cooperative word game with a recommended player count of 2 to 6 players. What you see currently is the expert level setup, but you can choose to play with a smaller grid size for an easier game. At the start of the game, there will be a face-down deck of coordinate cards that look like this: A1, B3, C1, and so forth. All players are going to draw a single face-down card in secret, and at that point, you'd be ready to begin. Once you start, any player may give a one-word clue that corresponds to the coordinates on the card that they drew. For example, I drew the card E1. We can see that I need to give a one-word clue for gray and for old. So in this case, I would say that my clue is grandma. The other players will start looking through the words and try to find one from each number and letter row that corresponds to the clue given. As a group, you will need to make a single guess that you think is the correct answer. While I think that old and gray are the obvious answers, someone else might point out that we treasure our grandmas. Once the other players have decided on a guess, they can lock in a guess by pointing to the spot. If the guess was correct, say they point here at E1, I would put my coordinate card in the correct place to show that they were correct. On the other hand, if the group decided to guess E4, I would simply discard my card face down so that I do not give away any other information. Right or wrong, after a guess is made, I would then draw a new card. As all players will have a clue card, any player could then jump in with the next clue. And that's it. The more guesses you get correct, the higher your score would be at the end of the game. I've had a chance to play this a few times already at Meepleville and at home, and I've enjoyed most of the games that I've played it so far. We have had to house rule a few minor things to help our game group's overall enjoyment, but nothing too drastic from the base rules. So if you're looking to check out a new fun cooperative word game to play with your gaming group, be sure to check this one out when you have a chance. All right, thanks guys, and now back to the live stream.
And we are back, Tim.
All right, sounds good. That was fun. I got to play that game at Gamma actually, and it was good. It was really interesting. We did talk about it though, how there is once a majority of the clues have been given and people are getting them, that it changes the dynamic of the game a little bit, doesn't it?
Yeah, and I actually mentioned it in that video that there was a handful of small house rules that me and my roommates have personally been using to make it just more fun for our group, and it wasn't drastically different than what the rule book said. But yeah, it's pretty minor what we've changed or have adjusted type of thing. But the overall game concept and mechanics are definitely fun, and we've had some interesting gameplay with it.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, it's one of those kind of games. The cooperativeness of it, where you have to try to really think outside the box to get it's really good. So, and we have that in the library. So, well,
yeah, great, Tim.
I know, right?
Everybody really appreciates that.
It's just habit. I'm sorry, I got to get out of that. It's so sad. Hopefully, we'll be back soon. So we'll be back there soon.
I know one of the biggest issues I've probably come across it is since I'm always playing with my roommates are fairly younger compared to me. I'll try to make a reference, and they're just like, "What the hell does that mean?" Like they have no clue. I'm like, "Oh, that was such a good clue," but you guys are too young to know what that meant.
Oh, I know. Isn't that funny? That's with a lot of games.
Oh,
like code names or any of those kind of charades or any kind of those games where you have to give clues like that. How because I was telling you the other day. So here's a story. I'm sorry to get off topic a little bit, but Grant and I was talking about the NPR, the Tiny Desk, right? And I'm sure a lot of people out there have watched that. It's absolutely fantastic. So I went to check it out again, the other thing, and I just sorted it by most popular. And I did that. The number one video was like 46 million views, was Anderson .Paak. And I'm like, I had never heard of this guy. And this was from 2016. So it just shows you that, even just a couple of years, how people can have not knowledge of, what's going on. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, let alone 20 or 30 years.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Some people are throwing out some other random word games, all that are really enjoyable. Time's Up, just one I super enjoy. I really like. Jen mentioned Decrypto. I don't get enough people to play Decrypto, that's one that like either some of my friends just don't like it, or it's just too hard, or they don't want to play that style. So I don't get to play that one enough, but I do really enjoy that type of game.
Oh, I agree with you 100%. Yeah, Just One is so good too. That whole cooperative thing, and again, you have to think outside the box so you don't get the same words. And I agree with you with Decrypto. Decrypto is fantastic, but again, it's just not a game that gets to the table enough.
Yep. Greg, two really good comments. One, that there was probably a way to house rule cross clues into being a competitive game, that if somebody missed guessing, that the other team would kind of get to steal type of thing. And I could definitely see a system where that would be fun to play. And then he also mentioned, since we're just talking about games we've been playing, that he got to try Wavelength. Have you had a chance to try that yet, Tim?
I did not, but I saw a video on it about the dial and all that.
Yeah, it looks really cool. As again, that's one I really want to try to play, Greg. We didn't get a chance to try it while we were there because there was just so much stuff going on. That's definitely on my list. We don't have that one in the library, Tim, or I would have tried playing it at this point.
We'll get it. Who's that by the way? Do you know offhand who's the publisher?
Ooh, I don't.
Yeah, we'll make sure we get that. We'll definitely get that. But yeah, that looks very good too.
What else have you guys been playing lately? Since we're all kind of stuck at home, are people finding it hard to play games just at home with your loved one type of thing, or are people still getting games in? What have you guys been up to?
I actually showed my wife Can't Stop the other day, and she loved it.
I saw that you took it, yeah.
I did, yes.
I enjoy it too. I would play that with your wife.
Yeah, for those of you who don't know the game Can't Stop, it's by Sid Saxon, a legend. He just passed away recently too, I think within the past year or two. A legend in gaming. And it's a push your luck game with dice. It is just really good, really, really fun. Great push your luck game.
Yeah, which I enjoyed. Flo really liked Wavelength. Mia's been playing Set. Do you know what the game Set is, Tim?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
Mia's like, I'll come on and do a segment just on Set. I was like, great. I played it. It's not really a game per se, but yeah, I can see enjoying that. Trunks had a bunch of people called asking about Wavelength while Dice Tower was going on, actually.
Oh, did they really? Yeah. Yeah, and again, I apologize, folks. It's one of those kind of things with, with the business. Grant and I, sometimes we both get overwhelmed with, we got the play space, we got the food, we got the games, a lot going on. So we're just always trying to stay up with stuff. So we're going to try to be a little bit more on top of that, when things get back to normal, about making sure we keep more of the newer releases in. So we'll definitely stay more on top of that. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And the thing about it is, if we don't maybe have them on the shelf, we're going to be a little bit more proactive because, since Grant had the opportunity to go to Gamma, he got a chance to, personally interact, meet a lot of the publishers, make connections, give out cards, that we're going to at least try to have these games available for you to play in the library.
Yep, absolutely. Had a great time at Gamma, by the way. That was definitely something I hadn't done before, so it was really nice to see that side of the industry and get to talk to those type of people directly and know more of what that side of the business was about.
Yeah, and you got to learn a lot too, right? About business operations and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, it's a great industry event for those of you out there who may not know what it's about. It's the Game Manufacturers Association, but they have retailers there, they have publishers, they have manufacturers, they have designers. So it's just a chance for the entire kind of, I would say, board game industry, because there's not really toys or video games or anything outside of that. But pretty much for the board game industry to get together and network, pretty much attend seminars, demos, meetings, plans, just everything. It's really good, really informative, and you always walk away learning a great deal.
Really quick, just run down the list of things that people have been playing. Alice is looking forward to playing Chronicles of Crime on Thursday. That's another one I haven't actually had a chance to try. Uh-huh. Greg has been using Tabletop Simulator. His roommates don't play board games. You have the wrong roommates, Greg. I don't know what to tell you. But see, there you go. So Greg probably knows much more about Tabletop Simulator than either the two of us do.
Don't even include me in that, Grant.
Yeah.
Just you. Yeah.
Even than me. Jess has been playing Cool-Lot with his family, and they're basically ready to kill each other. I'm ready to kill my roommates, but it has nothing to do with the games we're playing. But I'm sure coup doesn't help in that situation.
Yes, yeah. Yeah, coup is that type of game, right? People can, because of that lying, deceiving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love this stuff. And Rudy's been playing Dragon Castle online, which I am not familiar with in any way.
Dragon Castle, that's that Mahjong tile one, right?
Oh, so if that's what he's referring to, because I didn't know there was an online version of it.
Ask him if that's
Yeah,
if that's the one.
Yeah, Rudy, are you talking about the? So there's Mahjong the Dragon Castle, the board game is a Mahjong tile laying thing where it's like reverse Mahjong. All right, maybe I don't know how Mahjong works. That you're taking stuff off and you're trying to make these little castles on your board. Yeah, okay, he's been playing it on Board Game Arena. Board Game Arena, that's another online one.
Oh, okay. So yeah, there we go again. These are the
There's
things
so many. There's so many.
There are, but again, even though there are so many, what we are trying to do and what we need to do is pare it down so our community, our people, you know each other, you interact with each other, whether it's even just here on a chat or at Meepleville or whatever, that you can find each other. It'd be easier, right? Instead of having to sift through, as you said, the dozens of different ones out there.
Yep, absolutely. So hopefully we can get those all together.
And you know something else? When things get back, we should, and I know you and I both love them, but we should get back to playing a lot more of the classic games, right? Like, cribbage, backgammon.
I've been telling people when so many people bug me, I manage a board game store, so everybody's like, well, what's your favorite board game? Cribbage. Cribbage is now the answer. If anybody is wondering, You don't need to ask me. Cribbage is my favorite game. So yeah, 100% agree.
Yes,
even last year when we learned backgammon, I'd never played backgammon before. Yeah, it's just a dice roller, but there's some fun strategy there to be had.
Oh, no, absolutely. But see, yeah, backgammon is one of those kind of games. Yes, it is a dice roll. It is random. But, yeah, you'd get shellacked by a world champion or world-class
100%.
backgammon. But listen, and folks out there, just so you know, so I grew up playing backgammon, cribbage my whole entire life. So I'm from Connecticut, from the Northeast. And ever since I was, 7 years old, I think I've been playing cribbage. Just love the game. When I found out Grant played, I played him, and I was impressed. Grant's a really good cribbage player. So I think both Grant and I are both really, really good cribbage players. So if anybody out there wants to take us on, we'll take all comers.
There you go. There's the local Meepleville challenge. You got to be me and Timm's in pairs at cribbage.
Yeah, we are the unofficial. I'm anointing us right now the Las Vegas cribbage champions.
And until somebody could play us to take that away from us, it's ours. So.
That's right. It's ours, right?
You guys better hope this virus thing goes away quick, or we're going to hold that tile for the next couple of years.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Just again to run down through chat really quick, Tim. Steve and Jen have played Terra Mystica, Sean Todden, and Lost Cities recently.
All fans.
I'm going to butcher your name, and I'm so sorry. Ruel from
Ruel.
Ruel. Okay, that is his name. He's in chat now. Hi, Ruel.
Hi, Ruel.
Him and his wife and their daughter have been live streaming their games on Facebook Live, just like we're doing now. They just played Lotus. So that's really cool to see.
Lotus, the thing about, I consider Lotus a war game, right? Because if you think about it, you're trying to control the petals, right? The flowers, and you have the bugs to like reinforce. Your Lotus is a good game. It's really good.
And I actually don't think I've ever played it. I've seen it.
You never have?
It's over a popular section of the wall of like, we should know all these games. Yeah, I've never played it.
Yeah, no, Lotus is good. Lotus is really good. Yeah, but thanks for joining us, Ruel. What other games? Terra Mystica, again, great. Love that. Lost Cities, a great 2-player game. Ask them. I wonder if they've played the brand new expansion, because it is out, right?
Fire and Ice, or is there a different one for Terra Mystica?
There is a new one for Terra Mystica.
Oh, I don't know.
Not Fire and Ice, the other one. And I wonder if they've had a chance.
Once Gaia Project came out, I haven't gone back and played Terra Mystica since, honestly.
That's funny, because that has surpassed, Gaia Project has surpassed Terra Mystica on BGG. And it's funny how a 2.0 version overtakes the original like that, because...
Could they streamline mechanics? They chop out the stuff that people found to be like a little boring or just didn't work that well and just add new, better systems that emphasize the things that people really liked about the initial game. So it's really easy to see that the 2.0 versions being the vastly superior version.
I guess.
I see that with a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Every once in a while, they'll try to like reimagine a game, and that's just like, no. I want the original. The original is where it's at. It was already really fun. And again, not to say that Terra Mystica isn't a fun game, but and they're kind of different to a degree.
True.
Just some similar mechanics.
Yeah. Right. Kind of like Orleans and Altiplano.
Yeah. They're big builders, but they're pretty different games.
They are. Yes, they are.
Flo's going to be trying to play Blank Slate. That's another one I don't know, but she's going to play that with Zoom with her ladies group. So that's cool to see that people are staying interacting that way. Rudy mentioned loving Crokinole. You just told me that you have a Crokinole board at home that I didn't actually realize you had. Yet he's now pointing to it. I super love Crokinole.
There it is, right
we got. I don't see Morgan in chat, but Morgan brought in that the wax powder that makes the discs super slippery, and I actually really enjoyed playing like high speed Crokinole where that stuff has zero friction on it. Makes that such a different game.
But when I first got them, I used to regularly put turtle wax on the boards to make sure they were slick and shiny, all that kind of stuff. That powder's good, but it just gets all over the place. So.
Yep. No, agreed. Yeah, it was a huge mess, but nope, it was fun. Let's see. Greg associates most of those like cribbage and backgammon with being like old person's game, and I totally understand that mentality. But I guess for me personally, that's how I got into gaming. I got into gaming when I was like 3 years old by playing Pinochle with my grandma. Like that's what started me on gaming in general, was playing card games with my family, with my great grandparents. So like I started there as a little kid. So I guess I still have like a fondness memory of those type of card games, which is why I still like learning new card games, new trick taking games. Appeals so highly to me is because that was my childhood. It was playing old people game with really old people back then. So there wasn't a whole lot else to do.
Yes, and you know what's funny? It's funny that comment because, for example, Bridge, right? I absolutely love Bridge. Bridge is such a fantastic game. And if you go to like pretty much any Bridge hall in the country during a session, you're going to see like a lot of 70, 80-year-old people in there. But once you learn how to play Bridge, you'll be like, wow, these 70 or 80-year-old people are so super sharp, and they are absolutely amazing at what's going on, because there's a lot of stuff going on in Bridge. So Bridge, yes, is one of those kind of games that's considered or labeled as an old person's game, but it is a game that you need your mind for, and it keeps your mind sharp. That's why they're playing it, so it's good.
Chris Yee is finally joining us in chat. Hi, Chris. He had mentioned playing Terra Mystica's Katy Perry's Hot and Cold expansion. I'm assuming he's referring to Fire and Ice. I don't know if he actually got it. Katy Perry has a song Hot and Cold. He's referring to the Fire and Ice expansion.
Okay. Oh, but good. Now that Chris has joined us, because again, Chris, we're trying to figure out how to get you in here, and we'll do that again in the future. We'll figure that out. But anybody who knows locally, it's called Meeple Overboard. So go and listen to Chris and Wendy's podcast. They've been doing it regularly for 3 years, I believe now. And they're part of our local community. So it's always good to support our local community, people who are in it, who are doing things in the gaming things. And they got a lot of information, some great podcasts. I was actually a guest on there one time too. So they had me on there. It was really good. So yeah, go ahead and check out Meeple Overboard. And maybe Chris can go ahead and type in whatever, there's like a podcast website they're on, right? So that way everybody can have a chance to find it.
Yeah, Chris, if you want to just throw that link up in chat currently, and we'll try to post it up on the actual Meepleville Facebook page after the fact.
Yeah, and I got War of the Ring Collector's Edition recently. I was so happy to get that. War of the Ring. Have you played that yet, Grant?
Yeah. I played with Corey. Corey was the other big guy that was super into it. I don't know if...
Yeah.
Have you played Corey?
I played him twice. Yes, I have.
Okay, so Corey got me into it. Corey has kind of ruined me on 3 different 2-player games. Well, hear me out here. Again, like, I'm one of those type of people, like, sure, I want to learn a game, and I want to be competitive at it, but, like, those really heavy, long 2-player strategy games, so the 3 are Lord of the Rings, Star Wars Rebellion, and Twilight Struggle. He had those games so well just memorized down to the exact card, exact strategy, that, yeah, he was teaching me the game, but, like, I was just getting so crushed by it. Like, I probably would have enjoyed those games playing with somebody else brand new and just learning it myself instead of being tossed by a quote-unquote master of those 3 games. I think Rebellion was the one that we were both on a little bit more even footing. You guys will see Corey here later on in the stream. He's going to be part of a little video segment. But yeah, so all 3 of those, Corey did that to me with.
It's funny how he's like that, right? Because I know him and Billy, they both had the challenge that they were the best Twilight Struggle players. That they could not be beat. And they had an actual Twilight Struggle off.
They played for a T-shirt.
At Meepleville one day. And they played like 2, 3, or 4 games.
They were going to play the best 2 out of 3 or 3 out of 5 or something. And I think Corey gave in. He didn't want to play it all the way out. He was like, all right, Billy, you win after the first 2 or something.
Yeah, I think they ended up winning 1-1. But yeah, also with Terra Mystica, he did the same thing. Remember, Terra Mystica came out and he played it to death. He came out with his own expansion. Remember, he made his own expansion.
I tried to help him play test some of those. He stopped asking me after a while because I'm just like, but what about this? This doesn't work. What about this?
Yeah, when he likes a game, he goes into it, man. He
That's
really
what we like to see. Absolutely.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah, he really takes it to the nth degree. He makes sure he knows those games.
Ooh, Flo just asked us, have we played The Crew yet? And that is a resounding yes from both of us. I don't need to wait to hear Tim say it. We have both played it. Tim is still hoarding our copy from Gamma, so I have not got a chance to play it with my roommates yet. I was like, cool, when I get back from Gamma, I'll have time to play this.
Yeah.
Nope.
Just so you know, it's no longer our copy.
Damn it.
In case people don't know, The Crew is a cooperative trick-taking game. How it works, there are basically 4 suits in the deck, or 4 colors. I believe they're pink, yellow, blue, and green. They number 1 through 9. And then there are a suit of what they call rockets, numbers 1, 2, 3, and 4. The cards are dealt out, and then there are a set of small cards that replicate the 4 suits, per se. And so you deal those out, and the object is there's a drafting. So I want to take, say, the blue 5, the green, they take, each one. And we're trying to help each other take a particular card of a trick. Sometimes you have to do it in order. Sometimes you have to do this or that or whatever. There's a whole bunch of different things. The good thing about it is this game is designed so well, they made a logbook. So there are 50 total missions. A mission is a way to beat or play the game. So like mission number 1 is you take 1 trick. That's it. Once you do that, you go on to mission 2. And they add different hurdles, different obstacles, different dynamics, mechanics into it. And it is just absolutely spectacular. It's only $15 by Thames and Cosmos. We have, what did I order? Like 100 of them or something?
You told me you tried to order 120. And just because we figured we wouldn't actually receive all that in. But even if we did, we'd be able to move them eventually. Just a super fun, again, trick-taking card game. I was talking about those earlier. Very fun to play.
Yeah, people are going to love it. I've gotten up to, I don't know where are you at, Flo? I'm at 28. And that's what Steven and I, we've played regularly. So I've gotten up to 28.
Tim is going to run out of people to play with, however, because he refuses to go back down in levels ever.
Okay, so here's another thing, folks, about this game, The Crew. When a lot of people play the game, I'm not going to say you're supposed to. Maybe you are. I don't know about the rules. Start at mission 1 and then build up. I don't. I'm like, why? You've kind of beat it. You've done it. So when I play like with Steven again, or the people I play with, I'm going to start at 28 and try to just go up from there to see how high we go. I mean, of course, if I play with new people, I'll start at a lower level.
Yeah, but that's the joke. Tim was saying that he would refuse to play. I was like, we're talking about with new people, and he's like, I just won't play with them.
Yeah, I know, but I do weird things too. Like right with Hanabi, I'm one of those kind of people. If everybody out there knows Hanabi, I do not go for a score because the maximum score you can get is 25, right? So if you can get like 20 or 21. Not me. If you technically lose the game in the middle of it, I stop and restart.
Yeah, you've lost. Yeah, no, that's fair.
Yeah.
One. Yeah.
So let me see. We've been on for quite a while now, Grant. Do you think maybe we should?
We're at an hour 40.
Yeah. So we should probably go on and maybe.
The only thing we have left, you didn't want to do your solo thing, which is fine. Just asking the community stuff, so it's just kind of more of this. Because yeah, I'm sure we could sit here and talk about board games for quite a while, since that's what we do.
Right. Yeah, so what we want to do is, go ahead and ask people what they'd like to see. I mean, how many people are we at now? Do you have a number of people who are watching or whatever? Can you tell?
We're still at 19 now on Facebook and 3 on Twitch. We are also on Twitch, guys. I'm sure a lot of you guys don't know that, but just twitch.tv/Meepleville. We will also try to be streaming on there. This video will also eventually get recut onto YouTube as well. So we're going to try to start having more of a social media presence on all 3 platforms. Really quick, Tim, I made all these transitions. I'm going to use them. Let me transition us into the Ask the Community section. I don't want to feel like our time has gone to waste, so give us 1 second. We're going to move over there. And we're back.
All right, very good.
There we go.
So yeah, what do you guys want to see? Again, we'd like to give you content, and as you see, we put some time into this. We tried to add some video, make it a little bit different. So tell us what you'd like to see. If you have contributions, if there's things you'd like to add, let us know. However you think you can help make this a better product. And again, the whole goal is to try to make sure we keep the community together.
Mm-hmm. And at this point, Tim, this is where I actually have both of our email addresses listed on the screen. Feel free to send emails to either of us if you guys have ideas, if you guys have stuff to contribute. Absolutely, we're both here all the time. We don't have a whole lot else to do. We'll answer anything we see on there. The link to Discord is also this little white link right here. If you go into Discord and you copy that white link, that is how you get on there. I saw a bunch of people join Discord earlier when I had it up. So if anybody else would like to join our Discord, that is how you get on there at this point. Again, there's a place on there where you can just leave questions. If you go in the information chat section on Discord, you can ask us questions on there, and I'll be watching that regularly and be able to answer the questions. If you ever see me hanging out on Discord, feel free to jump on that channel. I am Game Guru Grant on Discord. Anything you guys need to know, just come ask me. There is a link in chat for the Discord channel now as well.
Yes, there is. Thank you, Jess. Yep. Yeah, there is. So please, guys, whatever you can do to help us, and maybe we'll. And you know what? Maybe we need to start later too, because I noticed there were a lot of people joining us later too. Again, I don't know how this whole thing works. We're still trying to figure this out.
Oh, and really quick, because I mentioned I wanted to use the transition, guys. Jess Rod in chat. Jess here is the one that made all of these transitions for us. Please don't think that either me or Tim had the skill to do that. I just wanted to let you guys know he put the work in. I am simply using his stuff, so give him the shout out, not me.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. Yes, thank you very much, Jess. Whatever you can do to help us, we'd really appreciate it. And again, the big thing is resources, right? Let's help each other with resources. Online places we can go, maybe just online chat things people do too. And it'd probably be good to do video chat, right? It'd be good to see each other. So whether it's Skype or Google Hangouts or I don't know, whatever that other stuff is, because I don't do any of it, so I don't know. But just whatever. Let's just offer resources, give people options of places they can go, things they can do, play games together. Let's just all keep each other active, right, and on a positive note.
Yep. Obviously, this is a hard time for everybody, so anything we can do to just kind of take people's mind off it, lift everybody's spirits, all of that sort of thing. That's what we're looking to try to continue to do. That's what Meepleville was about. It was about the community. It wasn't just a business for either me or Tim. So anything we can do to help stay supporting that community, we're trying to do it. We want to be here for you guys and try to keep you guys all together as well.
Right. And I know people have offered with like video help and stuff, even website help, right? If anybody's really good at website, even if it's just Wix to help, because I do a little bit of Wix, and again, a little bit of Wix. It'd be good for people who know more to help, to have some integrations to make all this easier. So anything anybody can do, we would really appreciate help help us with this project.
We're definitely getting a handful of comments of stuff in here, and guys, please do stay posting the comments here in chat. But same thing, be sure to actually email your ideas. As Tim mentioned earlier, we both still do just get really busy with just different stuff and different ideas. So don't just leave us a comment on here, like actually send us something. It's going to be much more visible to us, and we'll remember to actually get back to it if we see it in that way.
Correct. Timm at Meepleville.com, Timm with 2 M's. I'm sure a lot of people know that now, that I spell my name with 2 M's. Or Grant at Meepleville.com. Pretty easy to remember. Either one of those links, send us video, anything you got, and we'll make sure we try to integrate it somehow.
Just, again, some ideas that are being thrown out currently, Tim. Playthroughs, great for YouTube, absolutely. There's a ton of people that do it and probably do it better than we could, but that doesn't mean that we can't try to do it, or that we can try to stay on top of some of these newer games a little bit better. I think we do have access to certain games and certain people, so maybe we can try to do something a little bit different than what other people do.
Yep.
Josh Meeker just mentioned a discussion on a single game. So definitely not like the whole rules, but kind of like getting into like the meta, the pros and cons, like with people that are already familiar with the game, just kind of like discussing a game a little bit more. Might be a different take on something that we could do.
Great idea. Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. And I guess we should also maybe try to we should try to maybe compact it to an hour and a half.
He even mentioned that in his post. He said under 10 minutes, and I agree with that. Like, yeah, just individual game discussion type videos would be a cool thing to do.
Yeah.
Chris is throwing out ideas. I'm sure, Chris, these are probably ideas that you have either used on your podcast or would like to do. But 2 games head-to-head, like Orleans versus Altiplano, could be a cool video idea.
Oh, yeah.
Chris, here's an interesting question for you. Do you think there's a type of video that would work better in video format as opposed to a podcast format? Are there ideas that you haven't been able to do on your podcast that might work better as a live stream or as a video? I don't know if there is or isn't, but that'd be interesting to kind of hear your take on that.
Probably going to take him a while to type in there, isn't it?
We just asked that question. It's going to get delayed up to the stream, and then him actually answering that will be a little bit.
Right.
We're back up to 30 people again. A bunch of people kind of joining us late here, Tim. Jason Berger's joined chat. We haven't seen Jason in a while. I don't think he lives in Vegas anymore.
Oh, hey, Jason.
Nice to see you stopping by. Carlo is finally in chat again. Carlo kind of popped into one of our test streams the other day.
Yep. Oh, he mentioned top 5 or top 10 I see there. That'd be nice, too. Yeah, let's come up with some top 5 or top 10. And again, folks, these are all great ideas. If you want us to do those kind of things, it's great. But we want this to be about you too. So, I'll be more than happy to try to share my top 5, top 10, do things like that. And I'm sure Grant would too. But we want you to do yours too. So send in your stuff. So this is a community thing. The very last thing I wanted this to be was 2 talking heads, right? Grant's head, my head, just sitting up here talking about us the whole show. It's not about that or about us. Okay, so let's make sure any of these ideas, it's about all of us. Okay, so let's all do our own lists, do our things, so we can all contribute. Everybody can get different ideas, because the diversity of thought is what's going to make this better, right?
Tim, you're a little bit of a sports guy. Somebody just kind of played off of Chris's idea there with a game versus game, and then kind of compared it to March Madness. I think it could be kind of interesting to see, like, instead of saying like this is the best game, like we throw out like 50 games, and then we're like, okay, which game actually ranks the best out of these 50 games based on whatever criteria we come up with. But you put out brackets, and you see actually who comes up with either their bracket or what they think our bracket might look like, kind of thing, to have kind of different competitions with that.
Right. You mean like actually make a board game bracket?
Yeah, like come up with, take the top 40 games and do, this game versus this game. And obviously you'd have to come up with criteria. What are we ranking them on? Why is it this game versus this game?
Right.
I could see an idea there, like a bigger project type thing that would be fun to do. And then again, you use that bracket idea to get the community involved with.
Oh no, absolutely. You see Joe's comment? Does Grant like Ben?
Okay, so I'm gonna throw this out here. This is Grant's time to talk. Everybody thinks I just hate every game in existence.
Well, you do.
It's just not true. Just because I don't like your game doesn't mean I don't like other games.
Yeah, but when you say you don't like your game, that means you're talking to me, you're talking to Joe, you're talking to her.
I don't like most of your people's games. Look, I like a lot of games.
Uh-huh.
I continually tell people
No,
most games are fine. They're just fine. They're a game. I would play it. I would have fun. I enjoy the people that I play with. You could give me almost any game, and if I'm with my friends or with the right group of people, I'm going to have a blast with that experience. It has nothing to do with the game. If we're talking about the actual game itself, sure, I could say this game's more fun than that game type of thing. But yeah, I like a ton of games. I just don't love a ton of games. My love category is pretty small.
Yeah.
I'm just a picky person. I play too many games, guys.
Yes,
There's more rules in this head than there are of like actual games that I've played at this point. That's just kind of the mode that I've switched into. So it's a lot harder for me to say that I just purely love a game, because it's just so much more about the mechanics. How easy is it for me to teach somebody? Like, yeah, once you and your game group loves a game, great. I can't teach that experience to just people that come into the cafe, so that's not a good game for me. Like, I need those games that everybody's going to enjoy, everybody's going to love, and it's just easy to show and have fun and interact with. So
right. Exactly.
I'm just in a different situation than most people are when it comes to board games. Like, my personal board gaming is either much more limited or just I have a different criteria for what I think is a great game versus most people.
Wow, I see a lot of people like that bracket idea.
Yeah, no, I think that'd be a fun thing to do.
Okay, let's do it. Let's get them up. So again, let's make sure we end at the most within 11 minutes, 7 hours, so we make it 2 hours.
Sure.
But are we going to plan on next Wednesday again, at least, to have another Meepleville live show so we can let people know?
Yeah, same thing. What do you guys think that of the handful of you that are currently watching? Would you like to see us do this type of stream regularly? This is just kind of me and Tim fumbling our way through the internet. We would try to, just like everything else, get better as we go on.
Yes.
But this is a starting point. This is a first for us. I've done some basic streaming stuff before. Tim has done nothing. I'm not sure if we've ever even used a laptop past this point. But we can only get better. It can't get any worse than this.
No, that is true.
That's true.
I mean, and again, I don't think that is unknown to pretty much everybody at Meepleville who knows me or whatever. I am kind of like a dinosaur, and that's one of my whole things. Again, when it comes to Meepleville, is that personal face-to-face interaction. That's just how I live my life. That's how I am. I am not a technology person. I like Facebook. I don't use Facebook personally. I don't do any of this chat. I don't do any of that kind of stuff. So it is all foreign to me. It's all new to me. So just so everybody knows, all of any of this getting together is all through Grant. So make sure you give him all the credit putting everything together, because like I said, I can't even watch myself because I can't even find my video stream here. So I'm not doing anything. I'm just talking. So thank you, Grant, for doing such a fantastic job. I really appreciate it.
Oh, absolutely. And again, this has been a fun experience for me. This is something else like I said, I had briefly dabbled with, so I do enjoy the idea behind it. I'm glad I could use what knowledge I did have to bring everybody together. Again, it sucks that we can't do what we normally do, guys. So getting to do this, seeing everybody join, the people that did stop by tonight and say hi and chat with us is just really nice to see. So I hope people had fun with it. Again, we've got to talk about some different cool ideas with stuff we can do in the future. So yeah, if we can do more, I'm down to stay doing more of this.
Yes. Again. Okay. So we'll definitely plan on at least next Wednesday at 5:00. We'll do posts, make sure everybody goes there. And we'll maybe do it at the same time. And what we'll try to do again is we'll design the show based on your input too. Okay. We'll try to do as much as we can. And we'll let you know ahead of time, so maybe people can get prepared. We can do some games, like people said, some more interactive stuff. A whole bunch of things.
as we mentioned earlier, like we were trying to have Chris come on and talk about his podcast. If anybody out there has an idea for a segment, I'll get anybody that has an internet connection and can join us. If I can get Tim to show up on this stream, I can get anybody to show up on the stream. So if you have a segment idea, if you want to come on and talk with the community about something that you love about board gaming, whatever it is, let us know. Send me that email. We'll get something set up. So yeah, any ideas you want to see for a stream, send it to us. We'll make something happen. We're not doing anything else, guys. We're here to have fun, keep this community going. So we'll do whatever you guys want.
Right. And again, like I said, and I'm sorry if I'm repeating myself, but again, let's make sure this is about us. And when I say us, I don't mean me and Grant. I don't want two just talking heads up there the whole time. Let's make sure this is about all of us. Okay. So send in your videos, send in your segments, send in stuff. Let's make this a big community thing. Let's have more and more people joining this, interacting it, submitting, doing all this stuff, but a real show that everybody can be a part of and that you have all built together with us. So that's what we're really, really going for.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
All right. Well, I think this was very good for our first night, Grant, right?
Oh, absolutely. Super fun. Outside of the handful of technical difficulties there right at the start, I think for the most part, it went well. Again, I had fun doing this. I hope everybody that stopped by had fun. As far as what Tim just mentioned, that it's about you guys, what we are going to end with here is just kind of a short clip. I kind of just asked different people that I know to send us some Meepleville videos. So this is just going to be a brief video clip of people in the community. I'm sure you guys are going to know a lot of the people that are going to be on here in a little bit. Kind of like what Jen and Steve did earlier, but just some little shorter segments. So that's what we're going to end on. It's about you guys. So we're going to leave it there. Send us some emails.
Thank you all so much. Yeah.
Thanks for stopping by, guys. We'll talk to you guys in a while.
Have a good night.
Board games? They're my favorite thing. Look, I've got some board games here, but not enough. I love having so many board games at Meepleville. It's awesome. Meeple it up.
Hey everyone, Billy here. I'm not at Meepleville, but I really, really wish I was. Hope they open soon. See you guys.
Hey Meepleville, it's Chris, and I just wanted to say how much I love Meepleville. I made so many amazing friends, and I love playing board games there. Bye!
So, Meepleville, I think the highest praise I can give it is that I find that I invite people there all the time. They don't always come, but I certainly do make the invite. And I'm never concerned that they're going to have a bad time. I'm never concerned with the service, with the food, with the cleanliness. It's the perfect comfort spot as far as I'm concerned. And I think that is one of its enduring qualities.
Meepleville's a place to unwind. In the middle of a week for me, just go and relax with my friends, have some food at the cafe, and enjoy some good social interaction.
Hi everyone, I hope you're all doing well during this pandemic. Remember to wash your hands, keep your distance, and stay safe. We look forward to seeing you all back at Meepleville once this is over. Till then.
I can't wait to get a big game of werewolf together at Meepleville when all this is over.
Hey everybody, Alex here. As you can see, got a library of games here. And as fun as they are, it's a bit of a small library. Can't wait for Meepleville to get back open, where we can all, express ourselves and be one another and socialize, play these games with actual people other than myself, the same roommates. So, can't wait to see it.
Hey everyone, I'm Kathleen, and I've been working at Meepleville since last July when I moved to Las Vegas. For me, Meepleville is more than just a place where I work. It's also a community where I've met a lot of new friends and really great people who come there all the time, and it feels like a second home away from home. It's been a really huge privilege being able to work and meet with people of all ethnicities, sexualities, genders, you name it. Seeing everyone come together over a common love of board games really just reaffirms what I do every day. And here's my dog. Simba, say hi! Alright, can't wait to see you all there. Bye.
Hey, I'm Tim.
I'm Maureen.
Whether we're looking for new games to play with friends,
or hosting beginner D&D with students,
Meepleville's our place to go.